Great. Set this down. Awesome. Well, hi, welcome everybody. Happy Thursday. Equipment you're going to need today is the usual. Your letter ball of some sort. Remember, a rolled up pair of socks with an interesting pattern will do just fine if you don't have a letter ball. And then 2 pencils, 2 cooking utensils. You can use your thumbs if that's easier. And that's all you're going to need. And then as always with this class, because we work on the visual and vestibular system, just making sure, especially if you're new to this, that you are moving slow. If you start to feel dizzy, nauseous, tired eyes, sleepy eyes, etc., that's okay, but it means that you've met your edge and we don't want to go too far past the edge. So back off, take a break, grab some water. Closing the eyes usually helps also. And then if you have a question, feel free to type into the chat box or unmute yourself. Okay, let's get going. Tell this down a little bit more. So I'll have you come back to a seated or standing grounded position of some sort. Okay. And just starting to wake up the body. So just kind of shake out the arms, the legs. You can rotate, you can shake, just whatever feels good for you right now. If you're standing, you can shake the legs out. Okay, we'll come back to a still point. We'll close the eyes. Finding your belly breath. And we're going to work on the breath a little bit today, but we're going to add a hum. So again, just keeping the eyes closed, take an inhale in through your nose. And then exhale, just find a nice, easy, and smooth hum. You're going to take that hum all the way to the end of your exhale. Taking an inhale through your nose and just repeating that, and maybe doing that 3 to 5 times. You can hum a song. You can change the note. Maybe try going higher or try going lower. And just noticing as you're humming, what's happening with your breath. What's happening with your belly. You might hear your voice start to shake a little bit. That's okay. Good. After that last hum, just start to find a normal breath again. I just want you to notice how the back side of your body feels today. The back of your neck, your whole back, your glutes, the backs of your legs, the bottoms of your feet. Go ahead and set your intention for class today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Okay, we'll start with a little bit of shoulder movement here. So I'm just going to have you shrug up the left shoulder. And as you do that, I want you to drop the right shoulder down. So you just kind of naturally come into a side bend, but hiking that left shoulder up. And then we'll switch sides. Hike the right shoulder up, let the left shoulder drop down and side bend. Good, and switch. Hike, drop, and side bend. Hike, drop, and side bend. Yeah, let's bring the arms in with that. So reaching left arm overhead. I still want you to hike that shoulder up, dropping the other shoulder, taking a breath into the open ribs. And then we'll switch. Reach, hike, and side bend. Reach, hike, and side bend. 2 more. Reach, hike, and side bend. And last one. Reach, hike, and side bend. Good. We're going to come back to the center. We'll lift right arm up overhead. Yep. And then if you're able to, I want you to drape that arm across the top of your head. So your fingers are just barely touching maybe the top of your ear. Yeah, if that's hard for you to do, you can also cross that arm over the chest. Okay. I want you to find a side bend to the left. And then you're going to start to rotate and roll through the center. I'm leaving my hand where it is. And then I'm coming back up to the center. So I'm basically circling around with my body. Yep. Good. So my hand is still draped over my head. Side bend, rolling through the center and back to the start. That's it. Side bend, rolling through the center and back to the start. We'll do one more here. Side bend, roll, and back to the start. Good. We can relax that arm down. We'll switch sides. Lifting the arm up, draping it over your head, fingers to the tip of the ear-ish. Side bend, rolling through the center and back to the start. Yeah, just continue with this. And I want you to notice where it's hard for you to roll through. What corner of that circle feels hard for you? Maybe it's the side bend. Maybe it's when your body is in the opposite corner rolling through. But just notice where your sticky spot is. Maybe you can pause when you hit that sticky spot and breathe into the back or the ribs or wherever it feels tight for you, and then continue to roll through. We'll do one more here. Good. Back to the center, and then we'll bring the hand down. Awesome. We'll bring fingertips to that area just under the collarbone, finding our chest tapping. I'm going to bring in the eyes as we do this one. So your head is going to stay in the center, and just your eyes are going to dart from the left to the right. Left, right, left, right. So I want you to find something in the room or the walls around you that you can lock your eyes on. Maybe it's a picture frame in a doorway as you tap your chest. For folks who are blind or visually impaired, you can just add, instead of moving the eyes, you can move the whole head, pointing the nose left and then pointing the nose right. Okay, good. We'll stop tapping, but we'll leave the hands in the very center of the chest, right over your breastbone. And I just want you to find kind of a rubbing movement from your breastbone. So fingers start the breastbone and then sliding your fingers out to the side and just working your way down as far down as you comfortably feel here. So you should feel your fingers are falling in between your ribs. So those little ridges that you feel are your ribs. And the tissues in between your ribs can oftentimes get really stuck, especially in this area because we're living in such a forward flex world. And if you're pushing a chair or on a computer or anything like that, this area can get really shortened and really tight. So just noticing if you've got tender areas in here. This can sometimes help with breathing. Okay, good. Shake the hands out. Yeah, and just kind of notice if that helped with anything in the front of the chest. And then we're going to take hands. We're going to do our lower rib release here. So thumbs or knuckles into your that area just under your rib cage. And you're just going to swipe your hands from the back to the front. So you're tracing that bottom outline of the ribs from the back to the front. See if you can stay with nasal breathing here. So just breathing slow and even. Okay, good. Shake the hands out. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to trace the outline of the top of the pelvis. So a lot of people are often surprised at what the pelvis actually is and where it sits in our body, which makes sense because unless you took anatomy, you're not really taught these things in school. So I want you to put your hands on your waist and you're going to feel the bony part of your hip. And then I want you to trace that all the way to your back if you can reach that. And before we trace the outline of your pelvis, I just want you to walk your hands down, just maybe a couple inches. Okay, so now your hands are right over your sacrum, basically the back part of your pelvis. When people talk about SI joint pain, you have two joints on either side, the left and the right side, which is where my fingers are right now, if you can see me. And it's where two of the bones of your pelvis meet. Okay, so I just want you to put your hands over those areas. So we're a little bit higher than the tailbone. We're right over your sacrum. And my hands are maybe 3 inches apart from each other. And I'm just going to rub that area. And if that's hard for you to rub, you can rub more on the sides of your, or if it's hard for you to reach, you can rub more on the sides of your pelvis. Just noticing if there's any tender areas in there. And then we'll trace the outline of the top of the pelvis. So working our way, so bring your hands back up high. So you really feel where the top of that pelvis comes. And then tracing. I'm just laughing. I live right on a park and there are some really interesting activities I see going on at this park on a regular basis. Some really creative ways to use the park. Okay, so you're just tracing the outline from the back to the front. Just noticing how the tissue in that area feels, if there's tender areas also. Okay, we'll shake the hands out, spending some extra time in the trunk today. And then we'll bring our hands to the belly. We'll find our clockwise circle, circling our belly around. Same thing here, just noticing if there's any tender areas for you. If there is a tender area, you can push into it, take an inhale, and then keep moving. It's really important to keep our organs healthy, and we do that through movement, but we can also do that through a little bit of this self-massage work. Okay, then we'll shake the hands out one more time. Good, let's come to the face. So just using a soft fist here, we'll drag from the bottom part of the cheekbones down to your lower jaw. Let your jaw go slack here. So you should feel like your knuckles are on these couple of muscles we have here on the back part. If you feel like you're bone on bone, you're probably either too far forward or too far back. Yeah, let the jaw open as you do it. Let it relax. Okay, good. And shake the hands out. And then we're just going to take thumbs to the inner corner of your eyebrows. And we'll just close the eyes here for a second. You're just finding a very gentle press here. Very gentle press. Just hold. You can close your eyes. You can take a couple breaths. We have an acupressure point here. Can help with relaxing the body, relaxing the nervous system. Okay, and we'll release that. And then we'll come to the head. Last thing with the head area, we'll find a nice head and hair scratch. Getting the outline of your hair, getting the top of your head. As I always say, your head and your faces love to be touched. Our nervous system loves that. So this is always good to add in. Okay, and shake the hands one last time. Awesome. Okay, let's bring it a little bit into the lower body. So let's just find that body tapping. We'll tap going down the outside of the legs. Giving the feet a rub if your feet are accessible. And then coming up the insides of the legs. You can rub, you can tap, you can chop, whatever feels good for you. We'll do that 3 times through. Making sure you get the tops of the legs. Give a rub to the knees. The bottoms of the legs, or the backs of the legs, if you can reach them. So the hamstrings and the calves. And then giving a gentle rub to that area behind the knees. We have a lot of vessels that run through this area, so be gentle here. Okay, good. Coming back to the center, we'll make a soft fist again. Find the gorilla beating on the chest. Go all the way to the end of your breath. And then we'll do E. Show me all your teeth. E. Yeah, and then last one. Good. And relax and shake out the hands. Okay, awesome. Let's do a little bit of wrist work here. So give me the stop sign signal. If you're able to, I want you to spread the fingers and pull them back towards you. And then just give me a couple of shoulder shrugs here, shrugging up and shrugging down. Okay, leave your shoulders down, pull the fingers back, and then if you can, make a fist and point the fist down towards the floor. Yep, open and spread the fingers, stop sign signal, and then fist and point down. Yep, stop sign and fist and down. That's it. Stop sign and down, couple more. Stop sign, down. Last one. And down. Good, shake the hands out. And then we'll rub the hands together. And then see if you can rub a little bit quicker than we normally do. Just finding some friction, building up some energy. Rubbing the backs of the hands. And the other one. Good. And then let's just find our bottle cap twisting. So twisting each finger back and forth 5 or 6 times. After I've done each finger, I like to give a kind of a pinch to the tip of the finger. And then I move on to the next one. Giving a pinch to the tip of the, so we have our meridians that end usually in the tip of the finger or the corner of your nail, your fingernail. So it's nice to give that area a pinch. Yep. Going on to the other side. In massage school, I took a reflexology class. And one of the tips they give you, and this is actually how you start your sessions when you're doing reflexology for the hands. If you're looking for an energy boost, if you're feeling tired and you need a little bit of energy, if you take your fingertips, you don't have to do it on your own fingertips. You can use your lap or something if it's hard grip wise, but you take your fingertips and you press your fingertips into each other. And I'm just kind of rolling back and forth so I get the whole finger, I get pressure over the whole fingertip. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why we do this, but I have started to do this when I'm tired, and you know, it doesn't matter how little it is. If it gives me a little boost of energy, I'm gonna do it. Okay, good. And then shake the hands out. Nice. Okay, go ahead and grab your letter ball. Yeah, we'll go right into playing letter ball. If you've been with me for a while, I'm going to explain it for any new folks on here. Okay, so holding that ball into your chest, you're going to pull it away from you at any angle around your body that you'd like. Say the first letter or number that you see, and then pull it back into your chest. Pull it away at a different angle. Say the first letter or number you see, and then pull it back in. Yeah, and you're just going to continue with that. Moving the ball all over your body, saying the first letter number you see, and then pulling it back in. For those of you that are able to play catch with yourself, throwing and catching around your body. Yeah, you can do that too. You can also bounce the ball off of the floor. You could throw it against a wall and play with yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, nice, everybody. Okay, I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm just going to give you a pattern to follow. The point of this pattern is more of a coordination brain game than anything else. So we're going to move in the pattern of a clock. So you're going to throw the ball or move the ball to the 12 o'clock position, and you're going to catch it overhead. Okay, and then you're going to throw and or move the ball to a 6 o'clock position and catch it down low. Then you're going to throw the ball off to a 1 o'clock position and a 7 o'clock position, a 2 o'clock position, and an 8 o'clock position, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and so on. Okay, so you're basically finding the diagonal of that ball throwing, and you're just kind of moving around 12 and 6, 1 and 7, 2 and 8, 3 and 9, 4 and 10, 5, 11, 6, 12. And you're just going to move in that clock, catching and throwing in each of those positions. It's just a nice way to do it because it challenges you with this pattern of moving and inching forward. And it also makes sure that you're hitting all of the angles around your body. And yeah, and for those of you that don't use clocks often or this kind of a clock often, like myself, the coordination can actually be kind of challenging. I'm so used to that really convenient clock on my phone. Yeah, and then as you get better, you can get a little quicker. You can even change directions, so start going in the other direction. Whether you're throwing or catching, it's also kind of nice because now we're making sure that you're You don't have to, but you can do single-handed throws if you're able to.
I'm dyslexic. I don't like this very much. I just want to express that.
Chad, then this one is perfect for you.
Just think about it as like slices of pie.
Yes, yes. I should bring
the
more
numbers out.
Yes, Bonnie, that's a great. You got to bring food more into my cueing. I feel like food is always a good motivator for people. Okay, just do a few more throws and then we'll relax here. Although then everyone will be hungry at the end of class, but that's okay because it's lunchtime, right? Okay, we'll set the letter ball down. Let's do a little bit of spinal mobility here. Okay, so we're gonna put hands high on the ribs. Okay, we're gonna stay with that. We're gonna stay with the clock theme or the pie theme, whatever is more suitable for you. Okay, so I want you to start by just moving the ribs from it. So now that clock is sitting parallel to the floor. So we're moving the ribs forward and back, basically extending the ribs and then rounding the back. But we're gonna call that 12 and 6 o'clock. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. So now can you do the same movement, but can you hit 1 and 7 o'clock? Yeah. And then, did I say that right? Wait, let's see. Oh my God. 1 and 7. Yes. Okay. 2 and 8. Okay. So just changing that angle a little bit. And then 3 and 9. So this should look like a rib translation from left to right. There we go. There we go. You got it. Yep. And then 4 and 10. So just getting a little picky. Let's see, 4 and 10. 5 and 11. Yep. And then back to 12 and 6. Okay. We're going to do that same thing again. But see if you can do just one rep in each. So 12, 6, 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9, 4, 10, 5, 11, 6, and 12. Okay, if you can, I want you to say the numbers in your head. Chad, I apologize ahead of time. Or you can yell out, favorite pies, but you have to memorize all 12 pies, so that's on you. Okay, so say the numbers as you're moving your ribs in that clock position. Okay, if you haven't switched positions, go ahead and switch directions. Yeah, and you can do this one standing too. It'll look the same. And just like always, as you're doing this one, you're noticing what are the sticky parts of my spine? Where is it hard for me to move my ribs? Where is it hard for me just to move in general? Yeah, and it might look more like a weight shift for you, and that's totally fine. If it's not a rib translation, it could be a weight shift too. Okay, go ahead and relax. Yeah, we'll lift both hands up to the sky, interlace the fingers if you can, and take an articulating roll down. Take an inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, roll up. Yeah, let's just do 2 more like that. Inhale up, and exhale, roll down. Inhale at the bottom, and exhale, roll up. Last one, inhale, shrug up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale at the bottom, and exhale, roll up. Okay, now just wait. Go ahead and relax. Just wait until next week when we do the clock movements and we start to add in the eyes and the tongue. We're not going to do that today, but that's what's that's what's coming. So just mentally prepare yourself. I just got a bunch of thumbs down. It's when the thumb game turns against me. Okay.
I'll be busy.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm busy.
Oh, I shouldn't have told you. Okay, go ahead and grab your pencils or your cooking utensils or whatever you've got. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to start just one pencil, holding one pencil in front of you. We're just going to come into some rotations here. But we're just going to start with the eyes, and then I'm going to have a couple variations. So pencil is in front of you. Don't move the head yet. Pull that pencil. I'm holding the pencil in my left hand. Pull that pencil to the left, as far to the left as you can see without moving the head, and then pull it back to the center. And I just want you to do that about 10 to 20 times on that side. For folks who are blind or visually impaired, I'm going to have you take this into a full rotation. You can hold the pencil if you want, but I want your nose pointing towards your hand as you rotate and then back to the center. Again, maybe 10 rotations for you. Try to make them quick though, because it'll be harder for your vestibular system. Yeah, otherwise you're just moving that pencil, or sorry, you're keeping your head still and you're just moving your eyes with that pencil. When you've done 10-ish to 20, we're going to switch sides. So pencil in your right hand, same thing on this side. Moving that pencil to the right only as far as you can, where you don't have to turn the head. But I want you to pause. Every time you pull that pencil out to that far point, I want you to pause for a second or two. Again, doing 10 to 20-ish. I have lost count. Okay. And then we're going to take the arms kind of out in front of us at a diagonal so that those pencils are as far to the side as you can. Again, I want your head to stay centered, where if I jump my eyes from pencil tip to pencil tip, I don't have to move my head. Okay, so just jumping the eyes left to right. For folks who are blind or visually impaired, I want you to bring that into a no head shake, moving quickly from left to right. Everyone do maybe 20 reps each, 20 eye jumps or 20 head movements. Okay. When you've done those 20, I want you to take the pencils and you're going to move them slightly more narrow, just slightly, maybe just a couple inches. Your eyes are going to jump to the left pencil. And then I want you to do a pencil push-up. Your head is still going to stay centered, but you're going to do a pencil push-up on that side. So it's kind of a diagonal pencil push-up. Your eyes jump to the other pencil, diagonal pencil push-up. Jump the eyes, diagonal push-up. Jump the eyes, diagonal push-up. If you have glasses and you're able to see the pencil clearly without the glasses, you can slip the glasses off. And for folks who are blind or visually impaired, I'm going to have you bring that into a yes nod, moving the head up and down. Again, maybe 20 or so reps. Yeah. And check yourself. Make sure your head isn't moving. Remember, the faster you do these pencil push-ups, the harder it gets for your eyes. So if it feels easy, try increasing the speed. Okay, and relax. Yeah, now we're gonna go up and down. And let's actually just do that same series. So start with eye jumps up and down from the top pencil to the bottom pencil. I want you to really challenge your range here. So bring that pencil as high and bring that pencil as low as you can without the head moving. And noticing that these are called saccades. I usually call them eye jumps because it's just friendlier. So these saccades are going to get slower when we have a longer distance between our two objects, and they're going to get faster as we decrease that distance. So just know that it's okay that your eyes might slow down here. For folks who are blind or visually impaired, I want you to find your head moving in a diagonal on one diagonal. Okay, so your head's doing the disco, maybe up, left, down, and right. Okay, for folks that have the vertical pencils, now we're going to do pencil push-ups with those. Last thing here. Okay, so eyes go to the top pencil, pencil push-up, bringing that pencil right between the eyes. Eyes go to the bottom one, pencil push-up, that pencil comes into the nose and then away. Top pencil into the eyes, bottom pencil into the nose. And for folks that are blind or visually impaired, find your last diagonal with your head shakes. Everyone is doing about 20 reps total-ish. We all have different speeds for this, yeah. There we go, there we go. Nice, everybody, this is good. Yeah. And just notice, I mean, we only did up, down, and left to right, but notice what is the hardest for you. Is it hard? Actually, you know what, let's do a thumb count. Yeah, go ahead and relax. If it was hardest for you to look up, I want you to point your thumb in the direction that it was hardest for you to do the pencil push-ups and to look at the pencil. So up would be looking up, down would be looking down. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, hang on, keep your thumbs, everybody. I'm just looking. Yeah, okay. Great, and relax. Yeah, mainly up thumbs with some side thumbs, which makes sense. Usually looking up is the hardest. That's good to know. Okay, we can drop those pencils down. Yeah, let's just come into our swinging rotation here with our arms, also known as knocking on the door of life. Remember, if you're able to reach, try to tap your knuckles to the opposite side of your back. So we're trying to tap our kidneys. Give our kidneys a little bit of love. Okay, good. And now we're going to come into marching arms. So elbows are straight here, so my arms stay straight the whole time, and I'm just swinging my arms in opposition to each other. And now let your body really rotate with you. So notice your body will naturally rotate towards the arm that swings back. Okay, yep. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, and hold. Whatever rotation, doesn't matter which side. Make your arms longer in both directions. Reach from fingertips to fingertips. And marching arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Yeah, get longer fingertips to fingertips. Reach. Good, and marching arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you switch sides. Reach. Can you reach from your ribs? Can you expand your ribs out from your shoulder blades? Those are your wings, make them big. Yep, last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you switch sides. Expand the ribs, expand the shoulder blades. Reach a little bit further. You're reaching for that piece of pie. Good, and relax and shake the arms out. All right. Good, let's find a couple of ragdoll rolls. So just let your arms be heavy down by your side. You're just going to take a little side bend, just a little side bend to the left. And then you're going to roll through the center. I want you to imagine like you're a rag doll. You're just letting everything hang heavy and then coming up on the other side and stacking tall. Side bend to the right. Let your body hang heavy, rolling through the center and then coming up tall. Yeah, and just take that a couple more times in each direction. Just letting yourself be heavy. Finding your breath again. Can you feel your sit bones on the chair or your feet on the floor? Good. And back to the center. Awesome. Let's take the hands behind the back. We'll interlace the fingers if you're able to, opening up the chest. Good. And then hands come in front. Give me the stop sign signal. And I want you to round just your upper back, like you're trying to push something really heavy away from you. Arms behind you, interlace, open up the chest. Arms in front of you, round the spine. Yeah, arms behind you and open. Arms in front of you and push. Last time, open. And then push. All right. Let's shake the hands and the arms one more time. Could shake the legs if you're standing. Okay. We'll come back to a still point. We'll close the eyes. Finding your belly breath again. And then sensing the back of your body and just noticing how the back of your body feels comparatively to the beginning of class. Back of the neck, upper, mid, and lower back. Your glutes, the backs of your legs, your calves, the bottom of your feet. Notice what changed and then what areas still feel quiet for you, like you can't sense them or feel them. Go ahead and think of one thing you're grateful for today. We'll take one more inhale. One more exhale. And we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Happy Thursday. Let me just stop this recording. Only